What is it? Just get it over with.
Okay, so I found out some news today. Jenna doesn't know yet, but I just wanted to be as real as possible with like the reality of our life and the projects that we have going on. And we had our first of 3 electrical inspections today. We didn't pass, and there was obviously some things that needed to be fixed. No big deal. Like,
I knew that part.
yeah. And he said, you need to get a licensed electrician to do this job.
Why?
He said, because you do not live there and it's going to be a rental or Airbnb or whatever, you have to get a licensed electrician to do the work. So I was instantly sick when I read that text message. Like, you got to call me. And he called me right away, and I was like, thank you for your time. Like, is there any way around it? And he's like, no, I'm sorry. But I see it as kind of a relief for me because I was stressed out about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of work, but also I have pride issues, and this is really hurting my pride that I can't do this myself. But I just see it as God's way of, checking myself. And I believe that all things happen for a reason. I'm a strong believer in that. And, maybe something bad was going to happen. Maybe a mistake would have been made and someone could have got hurt. So I always look for the best in things. It's really hard in this situation as it's so fresh, but yeah, it's an added expense that we didn't plan for. I don't even know how much it's going to cost.
So just this project, or like the whole thing? Like
the whole thing.
Even the inside?
Inside.
What? Why? We've done all the electrical on the Midway house and this one.
But we live there. Just another hurdle.
You would say that like right on top of like everything that just happened that they don't even know about. And I obviously can't talk about it now. I'd give it up.
You'll never see this again.
They never thought they'd find a book there.
I gotta eat, but I'm a DNR.
I gotta eat over ribs.
Terrible.
That's what I'm gonna go eat. He needs to be arrested. He just ate my rib piece. Well, I'm pretty sure it was his, but it was still mine because I said so.
Out of gas. So we usually leave enough space in between all these rows to be able to fit that rototiller in, but we kind of jam-packed it this year because we had a lot more seeds and stuff. So we had to pick up a little smaller rototiller just to be able to get in here. We haven't been down here very much. We've been super busy. We've been out of town, so there's a lot of weeds growing in this garden. 10 out of 10 recommend getting a little tiller like this. That made a majority of the hard work super easy. It's lightweight. It's legit.
We hit the jackpot. Yeah, and they're really good.
Hockey, you're standing in the strawberries.
I just ate dirt.
Hockey.
Oh my gosh. The sweetness.
Oh, I just had one that tastes like candy.
You're stepping on them. All right, so we have had one heck of a week. We have got zero work done on this house. We hit a major hiccup. One, actually two. We've been dealing with a lot. We've been dealing a lot this week.
A lot.
I failed my electrical inspection.
We failed.
We
can't
failed.
take all the blame for it.
There was a change in the code in 2020 where you needed to add an emergency shut off, and I didn't have that. No big deal. I was like, well, we can fix that, whatever. Well, long story short.
So if this was our home that we lived in, everything would have been fine. We would have added the emergency bypass or shut off or whatever it is, and everything would have been hunky-dory. But of course the inspector came. He was at work. I was here when the inspector came. He started asking questions. Of course I was being honest and saying, no, this, we don't live here, we're gonna rent it out. And because of that, now we have to get a licensed electrician to come in and pull the permit and do all the work. So that was a major blow. And
it really took the wind right out of my sails. Like, I was sick to my stomach. It was really hard. But now what we're dealing with is we're trying to get electrician here, and we're finding that is very difficult. They're very busy. And I don't blame the electrical inspector at all, because there is a piece, like a written statement that I didn't read, obviously, that says I attest that I am the owner occupant of this thing, and I just
When you went to pull the
when
permit.
I pulled the permit. So I was at fault for that, but it's just still really hard that I was, we didn't budget for somebody else to do the work.
But we're working through that, and I think it's going to be fine because we've already bought a lot of pretty much all the materials and everything that we need. So now it's just going to be having someone come in and put it all in. So that sucks, but it's okay. Like, I think we've had time to digest that, and we're moving on from that. It is what it is. But also, and amongst all of that, we've been having a big, I don't know, what would you call it, issue, debacle with the tree house.
There's a lot of concerned neighbors, which we understand. We share a backyard with the lake. That's what we have kind of.
How it is when you live on a lake.
And there's been a lot of rumors going around.
A lot of misinformation.
And so we're dealing with that. It's really hard on us. It's been really hard this week.
Because I'm trying to do a lot of damage control, just trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be, but there are people, basically saying that I'm not being truthful, that I'm not being transparent, and I have done, which hurts, because that's all I've tried to do is be very open and honest and respond to everybody in a very respectful, God-honoring way.
And we just feel like it needed to be addressed of we wanted to build a tree house, and we just wanted to do it the right way. And because we had to do it the right way, we had to pull a permit that it says campground. It
says the word campground
in it. So we
don't look at it as a campground. Yeah. It's not going to be a campground. It will never be a campground. And I try to explain that to everybody. And I get the shock of hearing campground, because if I'm also a resident of the lake, if I heard that somebody else is doing that, yes, I would absolutely be concerned, worried, want to be asking a lot of questions. I totally get that, but it's been just really hard because I've back-burnered that project.
Yeah.
We're in this right now. Yeah. We are in the middle of this huge project, so I have totally back-burnered the tree house, but now all of this is getting brought up, and it's really hard because they're asking questions about the permit and the paperwork, and I'm trying to shuffle back through all the emails and the papers, and they're like, well, you weren't honest about this. I'm like, yes, I have been 100% honest. And so it's just been really, really hard.
It's been a tough week. We've done a lot of fun stuff though. We were able to go up to Voyageurs National Park.
We went up to the cabin.
We've been able to just spend a little bit of time in our garden that was needing a lot of work, a lot of weeds and all that stuff. So
we have been able to do stuff just to kind of put our minds off of it for a little bit.
It's just running through our heads of all, and we feel really bad. We're new at this whole the treehouse thing, the new Airbnb, the YouTube thing. We're so new.
We started an LLC, so dealing with the Secretary of State and getting all that paperwork. We've got about 40 irons in the fire right now. Yeah. So just all of this compiling on, and it's just funny because I was just saying I feel like we're in a good groove. A couple of videos ago, I'm feeling really good about this, and it was bam, failed the electrical inspection, bam, having to deal with disgruntled neighbors, and it's just been
we don't like drama.
We don't like drama, and
we are very non-confrontational people, and we just.
So this has been
it's scary. It's scary stuff. But we're back at the house today. We're gonna try to regroup, take it all in,
just assess, and the kids are down fishing for crawdads.
It's overwhelming.
It is. We'll be fine. It's all gonna be fine. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
It looks so much bigger.
Well, yeah, with no walls.
You've been busy. Hey, Shay, how's it going? Hey, not bad.
What do you think?
That looks bigger, yeah.
I think she's beautiful.
Who's that, me?
No, her, not you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ew. Ready to get down low enough.
Before my wife left, I kind of lied to her because she said, "Are you done making a mess up here?" And I said yes, but I'm probably gonna make a big mess tonight. Took care of the no post.
Didn't look so bad, right?
It's a mess.
Until
Why are there still off the water?
get to that.
Because they had to cut, this pipe had to be cut because it was here. And this is where the drain was. So you want to fall in that.
I don't know if you can see all those nails, but this is my current job, is to get all of the nails out of the ceiling. There's probably a good 500 of them, if not more.
That's why you don't ride your bike with sandals on. It's just not.
Oh, that looks bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just stepped in chicken crap. Now back to your regular, how do you even say that? Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.